Hey everyone, it's Deacon082 and welcome back to Pokemon Red Badgeless. In the last episode, we cleared the Snorlats east of Vermilion City. In this episode, we're going to start by actually going back towards Vermilion City, even though we've already taken care of everything we needed to there, because there's one more thing I need to do before we begin, and that is we're going to start yet another trainer fly because, well, this one is actually pretty important. And that is why you always save before doing trainer fly, because if you screw up, well, you really need to not screw up. So, that is going to take us back to Vermilion. And, well, we're just gonna head east towards where we were, where the Snorlax was, and I'll take this opportunity to show off how trainers won't fight you on the route. As you can see, we can walk right in front of this guy without being noticed. We can just get through here. We can walk in front of the trainer we fought. We can walk in front of this gambler. We can walk in front of this guy. Basically, we don't need to do anything regarding walking through grass and risking wild encounters. We just don't have a start menu and we can't talk to people. So, to fix that, we have to get in a fight, and we're actually going to head south. To start off this episode, we're going to head down Silence Bridge, and we're going to start by fighting this Rocker, his trainer class. Yes, a Rocker. I don't know if this trainer class has ever been used after this, but no big deal. We're actually going to switch into Teleport for this because basically I want to get Abra killed at some point, and because this Voltorb likes to use self-destruct, that is a very easy way to get Abra killed. And now we'll just finish off this battle. Okay, pretty simple. Now that we have our start menu and we can talk to people again, while we're here we might as well pick up the Super Rod. Now this is pretty early in the game to be getting the Super Rod, so we could actually fish and catch the best Pokemon right away, but not really interested in fishing yet. We're going to creatively dodge this trainer. They made that really easy to do, I mean. And now we get to head down, and there are two more mandatory trainer fights here. We got this guy and the girl next to her, or next to him. And this junior trainer had a lot of Pokemon. She actually has 5, which makes it take forever to defeat. So, now we have to work our way up this route, which has always not been very nice. I honestly get confused on how to navigate this sometimes, but it's not too bad. We just have to get through, and we actually don't have to fight any more trainers on the way down to Fuchsia City. I just have to avoid them correctly. We have 2 bikers down here. Well, a biker and another guy that we can just go around like that. There's a guy up here we can go above. And now we just are on Route 15 and we can sneak through the grass. Here I'm going to put Mew up front because there's another interesting glitch we're about to perform once we sneak through all these trainers. And we actually get a wild battle here. What is it gonna be? Oh, it's a Ditto. This is pretty cool. I don't need a Ditto right now, but Ditto will become useful later on in the run. But instead we're going to look for a Venonat, and I actually forgot to teach TM45 to Mew, and that is Thunder Wave. Basically we need a way to not deal damage, so we gotta roam around in the grass until we find a Venonat. Okay, finally a Venonat. You can use Oddish on this route, but it's much more difficult. So basically, if we use Pound, we'll kill this Venonat. So we have to use Thunder Wave, which paralyzes it, making it even harder to do stuff, and we actually get disabled, so this isn't gonna work. I'll find another one. Okay, I have never had it take that long to find a Venonat before. Okay, so once again, we need to paralyze it, because that's our only way of not doing damage. And now we just have to wait for it to use Poison Powder, which might take even longer because he's paralyzed. I also taught 2 more moves, just random TMs. I taught Whirlwind and Water Gun that are not important at all, but because Disable in this game disables a random move, it's better to have more moves. So Mew gets poisoned, and that's going to be important later. I'm just going to get my health down a little faster, because basically we're going to want to kill Mew. And this is where Mew isn't really required, but it's necessary. I can't just run through this whole game with Nidoking, because if I use Nidoking, Nidoking can't get poisoned because it's poison type. You could get a different Pokemon poisoned, but then you wouldn't have as much health and you would have to constantly use potions and stuff to keep it on a good level of health. So I'm just slowly getting my health lower so it'll take less steps, because it's faster to do it this way, and now we're a little below half, so that's good. And now we're going to take poison damage for a long time, but we're actually now in Fuchsia City. Yes, 5 episodes into the series, we are in Fuchsia City. You can't say that about very many Pokemon Red runs. Okay, so what we're doing now, I'm just wearing out some steps, and I'm also stopping by the Pokemart because I don't know if I'll need them, but I'll get a few more Pokeballs just to be safe for something we'll be doing a little bit later. You know, let's buy Great Balls. I doubt we'll need this many, but let's see how it goes. Okay, and now, this is another glitch that you might know about. You might not know this application of it, though. We're headed up to the Safari Zone, and let me just check my health first. 132, that is very good. Okay, so we're going into the Safari Zone. And we're not actually going to catch anything in the Safari Zone, we're just going in. And this glitch is called the Safari Zone Escape Glitch. Basically what you need to do is leave, but don't leave. So we go back in. Now that's going to kind of confuse the game. And right about now we're going to save. And now we're going to reset. So what this resetting is doing, you're actually not able to save in the Safari Zone in later games because of this glitch. Now, if you don't know about this glitch, it's probably best to just watch and see what happens. Now we're going to leave, and we're not being stopped. Instead, he's going to ask us if we want to enter the Safari Zone, and no, I don't really want to enter. I think I'll leave the Safari Zone. So basically, we're getting out of the Safari Zone, and we're still on our 500 step counter. Now this has several applications. The first thing is that you can do what's known as a glitch that lets you catch Safari Zone Pokemon outside of the Safari Zone. All you have to do is go surf on like a coastline instead, and that is the wrong house. The second application of this is you can get to go to what's called Glitch City, which, not really going to be doing Glitch City in this, but it's basically a glitch map. It's basically location data is not stored, and it basically puts you in an area with all kinds of wacky stuff. I don't know, I could show it at the very end of this playthrough if there's enough demand for it. But what we have to do now is we're going to run out our 500 steps, and because I want to die from the poison, I'm going to deposit my 2 Pokemon who aren't poisoned, which would be Nidoking and Captain Buzz. Because we can't die if we have Pokemon with health still. Alright, so deposit Nidoking. You'll be back later, don't worry. And also depositing Captain Buzz. I guess we'll we'll keep these because they're dead anyway. Alright, so now we're just going to walk a little bit and wear out our 500 steps, and this will take a while, so I'm just going to cut this. And when you're poisoned, it's a lot easier to count 125 poison clicks than counting the 500 steps. And what we're going to do here is we're taking our 500th step, but we're going to jump off the ledge at the same time. Now take a guess on what's going to happen here. We're getting called back to the Safari Zone gate after our 500 steps, but as you can see, we're in midair. And there's also no music. That is kind of weird. I have never had this happen with no music before. But we can walk through walls, as you can see. Now, the only way out of the room, well, you can leave and go back into the Safari Zone, or you can leave and go back to Fuchsia. But we're actually going to faint. And where does this take us? Vermilion City, the last place we had our teleport point. But an interesting thing that happens, because we were in the air and being able to walk through stuff, we can now walk through anything. And in the next episode of Pokemon Red Badgeless, where will we be going now that we can walk through basically anything there is in front of us? Find out next time. This has been Deacon082, and I will see you guys then.